Look at the light hitting your hand right now. Seriously, hold your hand up. You think that light traveled from a bulb or the sun to reach you? You think it took time? Specifically, if it came from the sun, you were taught it took 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Wrong. That is the single biggest lie your intuition tells you about reality. Here is the part nobody tells you. From the perspective of that light, the journey took 0 seconds, instant. To that photon, the surface of the sun and the skin of your hand are touching. They are the same place. This sounds insane. It sounds like poetry, but it's the cold, hard physics of Einstein's relativity. And if you follow this thread, it leads to something terrifying. If light doesn't experience time, then the light from the Big Bang isn't old. It didn't leave the creation of the universe 13.8 billion years ago. To the light, the Big Bang is happening right now. So is the universe actually old, or is time just a hallucination that only we suffer from because we have mass? Stop looking at the world as a timeline. That map is broken. I'm going to show you what the universe looks like when you turn time off. We need to start by breaking the most famous number in physics. 299,722, 458 meters per second, the speed of light. You memorized it in school. You think of it as a speed limit sign on a highway. Wrong. That number isn't about light. Light just happens to be the messenger that revealed it to us. Here is the part nobody tells you. This number, let's call it C, is the speed of causality. It is the maximum speed that any two things in the universe can talk to each other. It is the refresh rate of reality itself. You think speed is about how fast you move through space. But Einstein showed us that space and time aren't two different things. They are the same fabric, space-time. Think of it like this. You are in a car. This car has one gear, maximum. You are always traveling at maximum speed through space-time. Right now, sitting in your chair, you aren't moving through space. So all of your speed is being used to move through time. You are traveling into the future at the rate of 1 second per second. But what happens if you start moving through space? You have to borrow some of that speed from your movement through time. This is the trade-off. The faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. It's a zero-sum game. Light has no mass. It has no weight to hold it back. So it spends all of its budget on moving through space. It has 0% left to move through time. Do you see the trap? We think light is fast, but from light's perspective, it's not moving fast. It's just not experiencing time. If light isn't experiencing time, how can we measure it? Here's where your brain is going to reject this. We need to do an experiment right here in your head. Close your eyes. Imagine a giant clock floating in space, a simple analog face, a red second hand ticking. Tick-tock, 1 second every second. Now imagine I strap a rocket engine to that clock. I'm going to fly it past you. At first I'm moving slowly, 100 miles per hour. The clock looks normal, but now I accelerate to 50% of the speed of light. Look at the second hand. It's dragging. It's sluggish. This is where your intuition fails. You think it just looks slow because the light takes longer to reach you. Wrong. It doesn't look slow. It is slow. Inside that rocket, time itself has thickened. If I cooked a 3-minute egg on that rocket, you would watch me waiting for 4 minutes. This isn't a magic trick. This is engineering. Your GPS relies on this. The satellites up there are moving fast, so their clocks run slow compared to the phone in your pocket. If engineers didn't fix this time error, Google Maps would be off by miles within a day. So time dilation is real. But here is the part that breaks your brain. Let's push the throttle harder. We go to 90% the speed of light. The clock is barely moving. Tick. You on Earth age 10 years, I age 5. We go to 99.9%. Now I can travel across the galaxy in what feels like a weekend to me. But civilizations rise and fall while I'm gone. But what happens if we don't stop? What happens if we push that throttle all the way to the floor? What happens when we hit 100%? What happens when we become the photon? The clock doesn't just get really slow. The second hand stops. Snap. Frozen. We've hit the limit. We're traveling at C. The math divides by 0. If you travel at 99.999%, the speed of light, you could cross the entire Milky Way galaxy in a few minutes of your time. Everyone back on Earth would be dead. But for you, you barely had time to finish a podcast. But now accelerate just that tiny fraction more, 100%. At the speed of light, the time dilation factor becomes infinite. Time stops completely. For a photon, there is no before, no after, no during. Imagine you are the photon. You are born in the heart of a star. You travel for 1,000,000 years to hit a telescope on Earth. To us, you are ancient, but to you, instant. The moment you are created is the exact same moment you are destroyed. You are born. Click, you hit the telescope. There is no journey. There is no travel time. There is no experience of duration. If you don't experience time, you can't experience change. And if you can't experience change, do you even exist? This is where your brain fights back, but I see light move. It takes 8 minutes to get here from the sun, right? Wrong. That's an outside perspective. That 8 minutes is our time. It's the tax we pay for having mass and sitting still. But for the light itself, the journey is instantaneous. So when you look at a star that is 4 billion light years away, you are seeing light that has been traveling for 4 billion years, according to you. But according to that light, it just left. It hasn't aged a day. It hasn't aged a second. It is quite literally timeless. This isn't philosophy. This is special relativity. And if light doesn't experience time, then the entire concept of now starts to crumble. You think you are living in the now, the present. You think the past is gone and the future hasn't happened yet. That sounds logical. But if light doesn't experience time, that whole idea is a lie. Think about this. I'm standing next to you. We both agree on what now is. But now I get in a spaceship. I fly away at 99% the speed of light. Suddenly, my now slices through the universe at a completely different angle than yours. My now might include events that haven't happened for you yet, or events that happened years ago. This is called the relativity of simultaneity. There is no universal now. Your now is just a local slice of space-time. It's a personal illusion created by your speed and location. So if there is no universal now, then the universe isn't a timeline. It's a block. Imagine a loaf of bread. The whole loaf exists at once. The past, the present, the future, it's all there, frozen in a four-dimensional block. You are just a slice moving through the loaf, but light doesn't move through the loaf. Light exists outside of the slicing. Light connects the entire loaf instantly. So when you look at a star, you aren't looking into the past. You are looking at a slice of the universe that is simply located elsewhere in the block. The explosion of that star and the light hitting your eye are the same event in the 4D block. This is why physicists say the distinction between past, present, and future is a stubbornly persistent illusion. Because from the photon's perspective, the Big Bang isn't a memory. It's happening right now. So if the Big Bang is still happening for the light, then the universe isn't 13.8 billion years old. For the light, the universe has no age. You have heard it 1,000 times. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. We say it like it's a fact. But wait, who is measuring those 13.8 billion years? We are. Humans sitting on a rock orbiting a star moving slowly through space. But let's ask the most important witness in the universe, the cosmic microwave background radiation, CMB. This is the oldest light in the universe. It is the afterglow of the Big Bang itself. It has been traveling for 13.8 billion years to reach our telescopes. Or has it? From our perspective, yes. But let's ask the photon. Hey, photon, how old are you? 0. How long have you been traveling? 0. When did the Big Bang happen? Now. Wait, you mean 13.8 billion years ago? No. Now. This is the terrifying truth. To that primordial light, the moment of its birth in the hot, dense soup of the early universe and the moment it smacks into the detector are the same moment. There is no gap. There is no history. The Big Bang is not an event that happened long ago. For the light that fills the universe, the Big Bang is an ongoing, present-tense reality. It is exploding right now. We are the ones who have stretched that instant out into 13.8 billion years. We are the ones who have inserted time into the equation. We look at the universe and see a long, slow movie. The light sees a single photograph. A flash. Everything that has ever happened and everything that will ever happen is contained in that single flash. So when we say the universe is 13.8 billion years old, we are lying. We are imposing our local human slow-motion perspective on a universe that is fundamentally timeless at its core. But it gets worse. If time is 0 for the photon, what about space? If you don't experience time, do you experience distance? The answer is going to make you rethink the size of the universe. We talked about time dilation, but Einstein showed us something else, length contraction. If you move through space, space shrinks. If you fly past me at 99% the speed of light, my spaceship looks like a pancake to you. This isn't an optical illusion. Space literally compresses in the direction of motion. So if you are the photon, you are moving at 100% the speed of light. This means time stops and space contracts to 0. Not small, 0. The distance between the sun and the earth, 93 million miles for us, 0 for the light. The distance across the Milky Way, 100,000 light years for us, 0 for the light. The distance from the Big Bang to your eye, 13.8 billion light years for us, 0 for the light. This is the punchline. To a photon, the universe has no size. It is a single point. The beginning of the universe and the end of the universe are touching. They are the same location. Every star, every galaxy, every black hole is stacked on top of each other in a single dimensionless dot. This is why light can travel instantly, because it doesn't have to go anywhere. It is already there. The photon is omnipresent in its own reference frame. So when we say the universe is vast, when we talk about billions of galaxies separated by unfathomable distances, we are describing the universe as seen by matter. We are describing the universe from the perspective of the snail. But to the light, which makes up 99.9% of the action in the universe is a singularity. It never expanded. It never grew. It never aged. It is a single flash of existence. And if the universe is a single point to the light, then what does that make us? We are the ones who are hallucinating space. We are the ones who are hallucinating hallucinating time. We are the ones who are trapped in a slow motion replay of a single instantaneous event. But wait, if light exists outside of time and space, then where does it exist? When we say older, we mean existing for more time. But if light doesn't experience time, if it exists in a state of zero duration, then how can it be older than anything? Here is the trick. When we talk about the age of the universe, we are talking about our timeline. We are talking about the clock that started ticking for matter at the Big Bang. But light isn't on that clock. Light is the background against which the clock ticks. Think of a movie. The characters inside experience time. They fall in love, grow old. The movie is 2 hours long, but the screen doesn't experience the movie's time. The screen exists outside the movie's timeline. The screen is older than the movie because it isn't bound by the movie's duration. Light is the screen. Light is the medium through which the universe expresses itself. It is the fundamental currency of reality. Matter is just light that got slowed down and trapped. Mass is just energy, which is light that decided to take a break. So when we say light is older than the universe, we mean it in a profound metaphysical sense. Light is the constant. Light is the invariant. Light is the absolute. Everything else, time, space, matter, is relative. Light is the only thing in the universe that never changes. It always moves at sea. It never experiences time. It never experiences distance. It is the eternal, unchanging backdrop of reality. So in a way, light is older than time itself, because time is something that happens to matter as it moves through space. But light doesn't move through time. Light just is. And if light is timeless, then the universe we see is a lie. Because we see a universe that is aging, we see stars dying, we see galaxies drifting apart. But if we could look at the universe from the perspective of light, we would see something completely different. We would see a universe that is perfect, eternal, and unchanging. We would see a single brilliant flash of pure existence. And this realization destroys cosmology as we know it. Cosmology is built on timelines, the Big Bang, inflation, star formation. It's a beautiful story. It has a beginning, a middle, and maybe an end. But remember, to the photon, the main character of the universe, none of that happened. There is no history. There is no evolution. There is no timeline. The entire history of the universe is just a byproduct of our perspective as matter-based observers stuck in slow motion. If you asked a photon to draw a map of the universe, it wouldn't draw a timeline. It would draw a single point. It would draw a singularity where everything happens at once. This destroys the idea that the universe has an age. Age is a concept that only applies to things that experience time. But the universe is mostly light. So is the universe actually 13.8 billion years old? Or is that just how long we think it has been running because we are watching the movie in slow motion? Here is the radical thought. Maybe the universe isn't old. Maybe it's instant. Maybe the Big Bang and the heat death of the universe happens simultaneously in the 4D block. And we are just consciousness moving through the block, experiencing it slice by slice. This implies something profound. It implies that the universe isn't a process. It's a structure. It's a static, timeless object, a jewel, a crystal. We are crawling along the facets of the crystal, mistaking the gleam of light for the passage of time. So cosmology isn't the study of history. It's the study of geography. It's the study of the shape of the timeless block. And if the universe is timeless, then what are we? Why do we experience time if the universe doesn't? Why are we the only ones trapped in the illusion of now? The answer is simple. We have mass. Mass is the reason we experience time. Mass is the reason we can't move at the speed of light. Mass is the reason we are stuck in slow motion. Remember the trade-off. If you move through space, you move slower through time. But since we have mass, we can never reach 100% speed through space. We are forced to crawl. We are forced to drag our heavy atoms through the fabric of space-time. And that drag creates friction. That friction is time. Think of it like walking through water. The water resists your movement. Light flies through the air like a bird. But we are stuck wading through the water. We are the ones who create time by moving slowly. We are the clocks of the universe. The universe doesn't have a clock. The universe just is. But we, with our beating hearts, our ticking atoms, we are the ones measuring the duration of existence. We are the ones counting the seconds. And because we count the seconds, we create the past. We create memories. We create history. Without us, without matter, the universe would be a timeless, static flash of light. It would be perfect, unchanging, and eternal, but it would also be empty. It would have no story, no drama, no evolution. So maybe time isn't a curse. Maybe time is a gift. Maybe time is the price we pay for existence. Maybe time is the only way for the universe to experience itself. Because without time, there is no consciousness. Without time, there is no thought. Without time, there is no you. So here we are at the end of time. I want you to try one last thing tonight. Go outside, look up, find a star. Imagine the light from that star hitting your eye. Now realize something. That photon didn't travel for millions of years to reach you. It didn't cross the empty void of space. For that photon, the moment it left the surface of that star and the moment it hit your retina were the same instant. You and that star are touching. You are connected by a bridge of timeless light. The universe isn't a vast, lonely place full of separation. It is a single, unified point of existence. We are the ones who stretch it out. We are the ones who create distance and time. We are the ones who write the story. The universe is a flash, a single, brilliant, eternal flash of light. And we are the slow-motion camera capturing it frame by frame. We are the witnesses to the miracle of existence. We are the universe experiencing itself in slow motion. So don't be afraid of time. Don't be afraid of aging. Don't be afraid of the end. Because in the eyes of the light, you are already eternal. You are part of the flash, and you always have been. The light is older than the universe because the light is the universe.